Hello, my wonderful quilty friends. This is Brenda. Thanks for joining me out near the quilting studio. Let me show you everything that's going on today. My honey girl, she is working hard. Got myself a quilt here from one of my gentleman quilters. He's gotten the wonderful little bear being taken care of by the mama. Let's move this off of here so that you can see. He has called this quilt a mother's love. Isn't that delightful? And he's made it for a sweet friend that works at a locale that he likes to frequent every week for breakfast. So this is just such a nice treat to be able to share. The quilt is not small. It's over 95 inches square. Look at the combination of designs he's put together. He created this himself. He has the panel right here. But if you do anything with quilting, you know how difficult it would be to be able to design these features with the diamonds and having them fit here perfectly, and then being able to get the sashing around them like that. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to be able to create all the pieces like this. And then the borders, all of them go along so well with the design of the quilt and with the nature theme. Am I loving how these trees are all facing upright? You know that I am. That took a lot of time, effort, and extra fabric to make sure that all the trees are going the right direction. It would have been easy to just cut it with the length of the fabric, but nope, he went the extra above and beyond and made sure each of them are going the right direction. Skylights around this larger panel really makes it super fun. When you're adding your borders, what do you need to do? You need to measure from some place on the inside of the quilt, like 3 times. Add those together, divide by 3. Cut your border first, and then pin your border on. You don't want to just start willy-nilly starting to stitch your quilt, your border onto your quilt like that. I love to give you tips and tricks to be able to improve your quilting. Now, let me show you something magnificent. This fine gentleman that brings me quilts almost always miters his corners, no matter what the type of fabric that he has going. And I'm here for it. Now, if you have fabric that's going to wind its way around the corner, kind of similar to his trees right here, it's great to be able to have a mitered corner. But you could do a mitered corner on any fabric. If it's just a straight solid color, you could do that. Yes, all of these do have a little bit of activity in them, but they're not so much that it would be what you would consider a border print. But he almost always does a mitered corner. And do you know what? When you do that, it elevates your quilt right up. When you bring your beautiful quilts over here to the quilting studio, magnificent. Once the stitching gets on them, oh my golly, they're taken to a higher level. If you go above and beyond to create a mitered corner, you know that this is somebody who is taking a lot of pride in their quilt and has an understanding of this. Mitered corners are not difficult once you understand the concept, and I teach a free clinic every year on mitered corners over here at the quilting studio in Yuma, Arizona. It does require a little more fabric, it requires a little more patience and a little more finesse, but once you understand it, it just brings your quilt right up. So consider putting a mitered corner on any quilt that you have going. I always think that is a great choice given the option, and I can almost always count on him putting a mitered corner on any quilt that he has going. Now let me show you the design that I have going here is actually the one called Maple Leaf Blues, and it has a whole bunch of maple leaves running around in the quilt. Here's one of them right here. We have a variety of them, a variety of sizes and designs running across the quilt, and I'm doing it in my Harbor Sky color of thread, which is a light blue. There's a variety of colors that could have been chosen, but this is going to pull out some of the blue out of the center right here. And overall, it matches and meshes and combines better than a lot of other colors that could have been chosen. Look at the backing, goes along with it. We got green, and we got pine cones, and we got pine needles. Well done. What do you have going? Bring it over here to the quilting studio. I have information in the show notes about how you could send me something. Happy to take quilts by mail. I also have a fantastic Facebook page. If you'd like to see more pictures of this quilt or any other quilt that I've done, I put those on my Facebook page, and you're welcome to join that. It's the same as it is here on YouTube, Brenda's Quilting Studio. Look it up and consider joining the Facebook page, and you'll be able to see wonderful pictures of the extra quilts, extra pictures of the quilts that I've done, besides just the video right here. Have a fantastic quilty day.